Hi guys, and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Naya, and today I'm going to teach you how to get a matte finish makeup look, especially for my ladies with the very high oily skin. And you keep asking yourself, there's nothing I do and my makeup doesn't turn oily at last. So this is a trick. I'm going to be showing you the right products and also a trick you can use to achieve a matte finishing. Make sure to subscribe, like, share, and turn on your post notifications. All right, let's get into it.
Dangerous outside, come to my house, yeah, everything is alright. Oh, that's alright.
First things first, skincare. I mean, before you get into your makeup, you need to prep your skin. So usually these are the normal stuffs I do to my skin on daily basis. You all know these products. So I'm going to prep my skin. I'm going to cleanse my face with this. I go in again with my toner. I'll be going in with this. Then I have my face moisturizer. I know some of you will be asking, oh, I have an oily skin and why else am I moisturizing my face? You need to always moisturize your face, because if you use products that dry your oil out of your skin, you somehow need your face moisturized. If not, you can still have breakouts. And lastly, not the last actually, my sunscreen. Very important, especially when it's not a night makeup, you are going out in the daytime. You'd need your sunscreen. You'd need it. You very much need it in your skin. I know most of you are gonna be like, but I'm having makeup on. Yes, it protects your skin underneath the makeup, so it's necessary. So I have my lip balm. So I'm just going to put it on my lip to moisturize my lip. And okay, the face is ready to be slayed. Well moisturized and well prepped. So let's get into it properly. So with all the prepping done on the skin, we need to prime the skin. Do not forget, this is very essential. You need to prime the skin. Primers help to control excess production of oil and sweat. So most of us, I mean a lot of us actually, when we have makeups on, we sweat on our T-zone. This is the T-zone. A lot of us actually. So if you know the places you sweat, you put the primers on them. Remember I told you guys we'll be using a hack today. It is a hack I learned that, and I have been using it. I have been using the hack and it has been working for me. So I'm going to show you guys this hack and I hope you try it out. So this is a translucent powder. No color translucent powder. So and this hack helps to, like, when this is a brush, like when I put this powder on my face before my foundation and every other thing, it helps to matte my face. I still have my primer on. So this is it. I put some product in here and I'm just going to take my brush and I'll go in to my skin with it. Like I said, it's translucent. Can you see? Do you see the difference? I know you can see it already. So I will just use this same method and go. See. Do you see the difference? Hair is already dried out. I still have a little bit, so I'm just going to go through my whole face with it. And this is what the finishing is like. My face doesn't only look matte and dry, it feels dry. I have no oil on my hand. So this is a trick I have been using, and it has been working for me, and I bet it will work for you too. If you're someone with heavy oil production on your face, and no matter what you do, no matter the type of primers you use, you still get your makeup looking oily afterwards, this is a trick. Just give it a try, and I'm very sure because it worked for me. Like I said, my face is highly, like, I'm acne prone, and you know what acne prone skins do? They produce a whole lot of oil. So this is it. This is the trick I've been using, and I hope this trick is going to help you. So right now we're going to get into the foundation and every other thing, and I want to specify something because most of us don't get it. You have an oily skin, and when you go to the store to get makeup products, you end up getting products that are not for oily skin. Like, you're having an oily skin and you're going to get a foundation that is not a super stay or a matte finish, then you keep complaining on how your makeup turns out to be oily afterwards. I mean, why not? It's going to be oily. So I'm going to show you guys the right foundations and the right products to use on your skin for oily skin to get a matte finished makeup. All right, so I'm going to show you guys the actual products I use for my foundation as a girl with a very oily skin. This is Avoir Super Stay, and it says here, I don't know if you can read it, matte based. This particular brand, this particular foundation is matte based, which is actually, I recommend this for an oily skin face, and I'm using shade 15, and this is Super Stay Maybelline product in shade 330 Toffee Caramel. It's Super Stay, and it's, when it says Super Stay, and it's full coverage and it's matte. It's a matte finish. So I'm going to be mixing these two foundations to get my exact shade with my mixing pan. So, okay, I just remember the funny story. Yes. So when I and my twin sister were very little, then my dad washed his car, and you know, after, most times when people are done washing their car, they just let it, like, they leave everywhere open and let it dry. So my dad didn't lock his car. He just washed and left the car open. I and my sister wandered away to the car where the car was parked. Guys, you guys cannot guess what we did. You guys cannot guess what we did. So we got to the car because we are always looking for one trick or the other to play on my family members. Like, when we were little, we used to play is that Home Alone? Yes. Or my elder sister. Like, because my dad was get into electrical engineering and shit. So I and my sister will always go to my elder sister's school bag, empty it, and pack a lot of equipment inside it. Like, all my dad's, like, toolbox, everything inside there, we'll put it there, and in our head we're like, we're setting trap, we're gonna put the rope in one door and put it in the other, so when you push the door, the rope will push the other door. Like, we're doing really, like, I don't know what came over us, but that was what we were into. So that day, after my dad, like, finished washing his car and left it open, we wandered away to where the car was. We're indoors with everybody, where everybody was seeing us because we are always up to something. So at some point, we're not close by, but they knew that, okay, these girls were somewhere maybe playing or something. So we wandered our way to where the car was. Guess what we went there to do? So when we got there, I can't remember the actual person that brought the idea of us doing that particular game. So we started. My twin sister will get into the car boot, and I'll close it. And when she stays like how many minutes, she will hit the car boot, and I'm going to open it, and we'll laugh about it. I'll enter the same thing. Then I don't know what got into us. We now decided to enter together. We didn't have any third party with us. It was just I and my twin sister. So we decided to enter together. We entered the boot together, and we shut the boot. So when we got, like, you know, when you're inside an enclosed place, I feel like we're gasping for air or something. We start hitting the boot, still, like, you know, nobody to, I don't know what exactly we were actually thinking when we did that. We got into the boot. Nobody to bring us out. We didn't even think about what if we just got in. I don't know. I can't remember how old we were, but I mean, I think we're like 6, 7, thereabouts here. So when we got into the boot, we started hitting, trying to open it. The boot has already shut. It has already closed down. We're hitting and trying to open it as God will have it. My dad wanted to step out, like he wanted to go out with his car. So he came to the car to drive out, like he was already trying to drive out until he started hearing the whole noise coming from his car. He was like, what the fuck is happening? I guess in his mind. So he now came to the boot and opened it. Look at the both of us. We came out sweating like Christmas goods. He just looked at us. My dad doesn't hit us. My dad, I grew up with a dad that never actually hits us. Like, if anyone has to hit you in the house, it's my mom. If anyone has to give you that and you just put things in place, it's my mom. My dad didn't really have time. Although we're like, I won't say because my dad doesn't hit us, we're not scared of my dad or something. My dad doesn't hit us. So we were used to, we could do anything and get away with it in front of my dad, not my mom. So my dad just brought us out. He didn't know what to do. The first thing he did was he drew me out, because I used to be the very slim and smallish one. He drew me out of the car and just smacked my ass like real hard. Boom! Immediately I peed on myself. I think I was scared, plus the smacking, I didn't expect it. I just peed on myself, just immediately. So after I peed on myself, I ran into the house. He brought my twin sister out, and the same smacking. She ran into the house. So when we got into you know that moment that you've done something really bad, once you get into the house, you just stay very mute. Like, we actually got into the house and we're nowhere to be found. So because we know my dad doesn't really, you know, we thought maybe he was not going to come into the house and tell every other person what we did. So we just got into the house and we like kept quiet. So my dad got into the house and told my mom, look at what your kids did. Like, my dad would have stepped out, and maybe if he got to a police checkpoint, you know, Nigeria now, and they say, okay, let's check your boots, sir. And they see I and my twin sister. There's nothing that my dad will say to cover up that he didn't kidnap us. There's nothing. You know how it is in Nigeria now. You all know. There's nothing. So my dad came in and told my mom, look at what your twins did. My mom was like, yes, she thought as much. She stopped hearing, like, normally if we're at home, you know now. She stopped hearing anybody talking in the house whatsoever. She felt like, okay, well, this one everywhere is quiet, and, you know, the twins are not out there making one silly joke or trying to be funny. She was doing something, so she didn't really, you know, pay attention. And I mean, we're not little, we're like 6, 7, 8. So my dad came and told my mom everything that happened, and after he said what he had to say, he drove out and went out. My mom, God, we're so scared. We're scared of what my mom would do to us. But unfortunately, my mom didn't do anything to us. She was like happy, like, oh my God, thank God nothing happened to them. Because if only nobody noticed we're there, and, you know, I can't even imagine what would have happened to us, because I am very sure we wouldn't have lasted there like 2 hours. I'm very, very sure. Like, God, it was crazy. I can never forget that day. Whenever I remember it, I'm like, Omo, I and my sister did stuff, so. Then I have other stories of when I and my sister were late. I've already told you guys that when we were small, we used to play them Home Alone on my elder sister. We hide her stuffs and shit. I don't know why we're doing that. Maybe we're watching so much movie, so we feel like we're feeling like we're sleek. So let's do this. It's sleek. So I can also, okay, I have another, I think there's another one. My sister growing up, because my other sister gave us 7 years. So when she was in secondary school, like she was a border, we were still really young at home, and you know. So my sister then used to have house party. This house party people are doing now, like then it was a big thing. My sister was like, you know, house party. Her friends would come around and we'll just be at the window scoping, you know. We're too little. We're not allowed to get into the party ground and all that, but we actually have party snack, everything that they're going to eat in the party apart from us. So then my sister, when she's going back to school, because she loves Jaru, she used to play a lot of Jaru and Ashanti's music and all them hip-hop that year. You know, hip-hop that used to reign that year now. Then when there was nothing like downloading music in your phone, and it was more like CD, she's going to buy a disc and we use the DVD and play. So when she goes back to school, we'll give ourselves tax, because no one actually gives us those tax. We give ourselves tax to thinking, but we'll always want to impress my elder sister. We go and learn her favorite songs from Jaru, Ashanti, and a whole lot of people that were doing music that year. I can't really remember them, but we just learn the songs, the lyrics, and everything. Well, immediately she gets into the house, that's the first thing we do. We don't even try to welcome her, you know, tell her where my mom dropped food for her, and you know, all those things. Just start singing immediately. And I think in our head, we felt like she was so proud of us. I swear, that is something I and my twin sister, I don't know. I won't say we're not notorious, but we always want to have fun. We always want to impress the family. So, I mean, these are things we used to do then. I have a lot of stories of when we're little, things that actually make me want to like. So I can remember this other time, my elder sister actually started driving very early. Very, very early, yes. I can't really recall the age because, I mean, like I said, she gave us 7 years, so she started driving very early. So she drives sometimes. She takes us to school when she's on midterm break. In the morning, she drives us to school with my parents' permission. So my parents will always tell her, don't, because I mean, that age, she didn't have a driver's license, obviously. So my parents will always tell her, don't take the car out if we are not around and we're not giving you permission. So one day, I don't know where my family, my mom and my dad went to, but they didn't go out with the car. So my elder sister just, the key is always at home. We know where my dad drops his key. So my elder sister just took the car and said, girls, are you guys game? And obviously, we will always be game. Like, I and my twin sister always want to catch fun. So she took us. We got into the car. She drove out. We're going to, I think we're supposed to go and visit her classmates. Yes. So she was like, let's go to her classmate's house. We're like, oh, okay. I mean, anywhere Belle face now, where I and my twin sister the face that year. So we're like, okay, let's go. We're in. She took us in the car. She knows how to drive very well, very, very well. Like I said, she takes us to school, yeah, and brings us back. She does school run for us when she's on midterm break and shit. So my sister was driving. I can't really recall what happened, but we're enjoying the whole driving and all this. The next thing we saw ourselves inside the gutter. I don't know what happened. But the only thing my sister could think about when the car moved into a gutter was her sisters, her twin sisters. Because I mean, if anything happened to the car, I mean, it could be fixed, obviously, or replaced. But if anything happened to the twins, my mom is not gonna hear sorry. You know, her babies. So we moved into the gutter. I don't know how that happened. So when we moved, she didn't know what to do. So she started calling her friends, because that particular area is where most of her friends stay. So she started calling her friends around there. They came out, and there was this mechanic close by. So the mechanic also came. So the car actually had scratches on it. So we got home. I don't know, one way or the other, the car was pulled out of the gutter, and we got home. So when we got home, I don't know if my mom and my dad came back that day. I think they went for a function in the village or something. I can't remember. But the day they came back, they saw the car. And my elder sister told us, don't tell mom that I took you guys out. I mean, if anyone was going to stick to the plan, not me. I don't always stick to plans like that. I always talk. Don't tell mom I took you guys out. And we said, okay, we're not going to tell mom. I said, okay, I'm not going to tell mom. And that is how immediately my mom came back. I just went straight. Like they put battery in me. I just went straight and told her, mommy, sis took us out with the car and we had an accident. I know, right? Big mouth. I don't know what I was thinking. I always felt like I don't want to hide stuff from my mom. That one you say don't tell mom is the one I'll tell mom. So I went and told my mom. My mom was like, are you serious? She went to my sister. What happened? Did you guys wound? Are you guys scratched? Should we go to the hospital? When did it happen? Nothing happened to us, but I mean, I've already said it. My elder sister just gave me that look of, like, I thought I told you guys not to. And me keeping my straight face, like, that one concern you. So my mom went to the car, and it was something that could be fixed and all that. So they called the mechanic to come and lift the car, and they took the car to fix it. From that day, my mom said, no more. They start going out with the key. Normally they go out and they leave the key in the house. They start going out with the car key. They don't leave it in the house for anybody, because that wasn't the first time my sister actually takes the car out without their knowledge. But that was the first time she actually entered trouble, and I had to report her. I don't know, I did that. For some reason, I felt like I was slick when I was doing that. But right now, I know if someone does that to me, it's going to be really painful. So I'm actually baking. My twin sister, growing up, my twin sister used to be the shy, quiet one. People will come to the house, and you know, an African home, obviously, when people are in the house, when your uncles and aunties or anybody's in the house, they are always going to call you, come and greet this person, come and greet that person. I'm always like, yes, I'm coming. You know, my twin sister will always hide. I always have to beg her, let's go. I don't know why she was that shy growing up, but right now, everything just left. I think it was like a particular timing. So I'm setting my face. So I'm trying to show you guys how I bake my brow, because most people sweat on their eyebrow. I don't know, a lot of us experience that. I don't, but this is actually how to get rid of it. If you're someone that sweats on your eyebrow whenever you do your makeup, this is how to get rid of it. So I have my translucent powder as always. Then I go into my brow with it. See? So So this is how to get rid of sweaty eyebrow. I don't know if that's a thing, but this is how to get rid of it. I'm going to be giving you guys gist of how I and my twin sister went to a boarding school, how life in boarding school was for us, why I do my eyebrow. This is my Elsa's Pro brow pencil. This is brown. I don't know if they have color. Okay, brown 3. You can see it, right? I don't know. Brown 3. And it has a spoolie underneath. And it has the pencil. And I always tell you guys, don't forget. Always make sure to sharpen your pencil to have this. So, what life was like in boarding school with my twin sister. So I and my twin sister got into boarding school, went to Federal Secondary School. So left for me, I've always not been someone that loved to leave home. Like, we don't even go for holiday. You know all these things. We don't like leaving home. I hated boarding school very much, like very, very much. So I and my twin sister got into school. The first day we went into school, I cried. Because I was thinking of how I'm going to leave home. Like, my mom, my dad, my elder sister. My mom and my elder sister took us back to school that day. So the first day in school, we got into school, got to school with everything we needed to go back to school with. And when it was time for my mom and my dad to go, my mom and my elder sister to get home, I started crying. The thoughts of, Omo, una won't leave us here. Tears. My mom started crying because, I mean, her babies. Then my elder sister, you know, she was trying to do, you know, but she cried. I think she cried. Because that was actually the first time we're leaving home. So we all shed tears. I couldn't stop crying, even when they left. And okay, people were, you know, when students are trying to be nice to you because, okay, they just dropped you off and you're feeling a little bit naive and shit. So we were crying, you know. I cried, though. I think I cried for days. But then when I got comfortable with the school, for some reason, senior students didn't like us. I don't know why. I don't know if they felt intimidated by us or I don't know exactly what their issue was, but they didn't like us. First of all, I'm not going to be priding in it actually, but I was someone that I'm not used to, you know, someone being hostile or being very mean to me. So when seniors are like, come here, come and fetch water, I'm like, I'm not fetching your water. Sorry, I'm not going to do that. So I think that is the main reason they hated us, because like, why won't you do what your senior says you should do? And I'm like, I'm not going to do it. So people actually saw my sister as the more, I don't know how to put it, but they felt like she's someone they could come to and talk to, not me. I don't even care. So school has started. We're still going to school and all that. I had my friends. I met new friends. Most of them, I'm still friends with them till like today. So I was in an art class. My sister was in a science class. I had my side neighbor. I had my neighbor in my dormitory and all that. School was fun, but no matter how fun school was, I didn't like being a boarder for no reason. I wanted to just be at home. My favorite time as a boarder was midterm break and holiday. I know it's funny, right? I didn't want to. And what I could stay out of my house, but I hate that I have to stay somewhere that you have to tell me what to do. I have to wake up at a particular timing. It was so stressful. It was so stressful. And seniors were so mean. And like, you know, but we survived. So it got to a point when seniors left. And at some point in boarding schools, you become a senior too. So when we were seniors, for some weird reason, people thought I was mean. But I was not mean. People thought I was mean. My junior student thought I was mean. Like, you know that point when I'm working with my friends. I'm coming forward. Junior students are coming forward. When they see you, they want to turn around and turn. Like, I don't bite. Why are you guys doing that? I don't bite. Why are you guys trying to run from me? It's crazy. So junior students would be like, Senior Mary Helen is coming home. And everybody's running helter-skelter. And I wasn't even mean. I was not mean. Then my class was the most notorious class. For some weird reason, we had the most notorious girls in my class. We serve every punishment. They are always calling us out in assemblies. Like, I know the girls that I'm talking about, they're going to watch this video. I don't want to call your names, but you know yourself. It was crazy. Well, and our form teacher, that is the teacher that is like in charge of our class, our form, was a male teacher. Oh, that man, if the man flog you, you go must know. You know when a man is flogging you, you always feel it. So he's always, because you know when your students are always bringing bad names to assembly, they are going to assume that you, as their form teacher, you're not doing something about it. So he was always trying to make us stop all those, but no, they stop anything. But most of the friends I have now, I met them in that school. Boarding school was fun. I mean, having a twin sister in a boarding school was actually the most fun part. Because I know how many times I finished my provision before my twin sister, and I'm going to go and leech on her. Like, literally, I just go, and you know when you have a twin sister that actually cares about you so much. So I always just go to my sister's corner. Like, we're not in the same house. I was in red house, she was in green house. So I'll always, and can you guys imagine? I was in red house, she was in green house. Red house is in front, while green house is behind. So when she's going to school, so my sister will always come out from green house and come to red house to come and call me, let's go to school together. We're not even in the same class. So people at some point were like, oh, more twins, these kind twins. Even identical twins in my school didn't do rituals. So they don't do rituals. We're always giving them the twin goal, you know, back to back to back to back. She'll always come and call me, let's go. Even when we're going for our food, afternoon food, morning food, we go together. People are like, what? We're giving twin vibes all the time. There's no way you see my sister, you not see me. We're not even in the same class. During break, she'll come and see me. My window, my class window, I was sitting close to a window, and my window is really close to her class. Like, I could sight her from my window. So most times I just open my window and we wave at each other. No, we're just inseparable. So at some point in my school, then people like junior students couldn't differentiate I am my twin sister. They knew me as the wicked one. I was not even wicked, guys. I was not. I swear I was not. I was just principled. Like, you know, when I don't smile with junior students for no reason, like, what are we smiling for? I mean, we're not classmates, so I always want to stay in my lane. Because you're going to smile too much with them and you get little insults. So I always try to avoid all those insults. So maybe that was why they thought I was wicked. I was not. I mean, I had junior students in my room and they liked me, I guess. So my sister, at some point, I think when it was time for, they were giving prefects in my school. They were giving the posts of, so people, my sister's name came out. And normal, like they take the names to junior students to cast their votes. So the junior students were like, is this Mary Helen or Mary Cynthia? It was boldly written Mary Cynthia, but because they can't differentiate us, they know we both answer Mary. So they're like, let them not vote to me, they no go vote for the wrong person, and the wrong person is me. So some people voted, people that actually knew the difference voted, people that didn't know didn't vote. But anyways, my sister got the post. So I was not a prefect, but you know what it is when you're not a prefect, but you were like, I was not even notorious. I never got suspended, I never got deported, nothing. I was just one senior student that was feared for being in her lane and not tolerating rubbish. Well, anyways, it paid because I didn't get to get like insults, uncalled for insults from junior students. Yeah. Okay guys, this is the finished look. I had to do a lot back camera because the light was taking. It's raining heavily out here, and they took the lights, and the lights I was working with went up, so I had to just round up without showing you guys how I got my lashes on, my lipstick on, and my eyeshadow, everything, and my hair on. But this is it. The basics of this video was to show you what a matte finishing looks like, and this is what a matte finishing looks like. I have to come closer. You see, there are no excess oil anywhere. You see? And this is how, if you follow the rules I gave, the steps I gave, this is how your face will be. How many hours according to how long you want to wear your makeup. So this is basically how I have my makeup on till when I'm ready to clean it. So make sure to follow the rules. Try it and tell me when you're done trying it. Come back to the comment section. Tell me what you think. If it worked for you, if you like the trick, because I really love it. I really love it. And make sure to subscribe, follow, share, and turn on your post notification. And tell me if you enjoyed my stories. I had a little story time with you guys, but I hope you enjoyed it. So see you guys soon, very soon. All right, thank you. Bye. Love you.